I remember at the end of July, summer school had just ended, and I was starting a new habit tracker where I'd put a little box saying that I was going to talk to two people every single day. It was me making the effort to start facing my fears, do something new. And when I saw that, when I put it down, it made me realize something even more important. The reason I hadn't improved in speaking to people and putting the effort to improve my social skills was because I'd never really put in the effort before then. I'd never really taken responsibility to acknowledge the fact that I deserved to be where I was in terms of speaking to other people. That I avoided people like the plague in high school. That I never faced my fears, never allowed myself to be authentic or to make any sort of progress because I was too afraid of what other people thought of me. Right? And at that moment, I realized like I deserve my low level like social skills, my low level conversational abilities. And from there, like I had the drive, the desire to make a change. To realize like, yo, that was the stupidest thing, the stupidest mistake I made in all of high school. Being afraid of what other people thought of me and holding myself back from just improving my life. I'm not gonna let that happen anymore. I'm not gonna be bound by what other people think of me and my actions. Because of that, because I took the moment to acknowledge that it was my fault, that I deserved to be where I was, at what position of life and so like skill level I was in speaking to other people, that I was able to start taking action. And it was painful, right? At first, I was extremely nervous. It still felt like I was in high school. It still felt like I was making no progress. But just showing up, taking the action, doing it day in, day out, I gradually began to get better. 1 month goes by, 2 months, 3 months. Now we're like, what, 3.5 months in? I feel like a different person than I was at the end of July because I actually went out, spoke to people, improved my social skills to the point where looking at it now, I genuinely believe I deserve to be where I am at this present moment. Maybe you feel like you lack that. Maybe you think that your social skills aren't that great either. Maybe you're in the gym and you feel like, yo, I haven't made that much progress. Or whatever area of your life. Maybe you're not doing good in school. Maybe you are not as good of an athlete as you want to be. There's so many permutations of this. It comes down to the fact that you simply deserve it, right? You deserve to be where you are at. You deserve your level of confidence. And if you didn't know that until now, I'm telling you, right, straight up to your face, right? Until you acknowledge the fact that you deserve to be where you are at the present moment, that you are the sum of all your choices, you will never take the step forwards to becoming the better person, the person you are destined to become, right? Because you can't solve a problem that you do not own. If you can't take self accountability, self responsibility, like I wasn't able to do for so long, it kept me trapped for high school, right? 3 years of being socially inept, being unable to talk to people, of dreading going to school a lot of the time, and not being able to have a back and forth conversation with other people. Like, I had no friends really, no consistent friends that I could show up with every single day who genuinely really wanted my company around. And that came about because I didn't acknowledge my problem. I was always looking for the shortcut, the quick fix that if I acted like James Bond, if I acted like a cool, charismatic individual, then other people would like me more. That I could shortcut the experience part and become the person I wanted to be. And it just doesn't work like that. Right? When I did that, when I acted like an inauthentic, fake version of me, what ended up happening is nobody wanted to be my friend. Everybody saw through the facade, and all it showed was just an insecure guy trying to make friends, trying to impress other people, trying to get other people to think that I was cool. Realize that wherever you are at right now, you deserve it, right? Like, I'm not the fastest runner in history, right? I'm still improving with my sport, in speaking to people, in writing. Where I am at right now, I deserve it because I've put in the work, for good or bad. However many days I've missed, however many days I've showed up, that is what has allowed me to be the person I am right now, here and today. You need to realize that as well. Like, your choices are what have gotten you in your position. And the way forwards is pretty simple, right? You want to lose weight, you want to go to the gym, you want to become a YouTuber, you want to do something along those lines. You just show up, you take action, you do it each and every single day until you start to make progress. And you determine whether or not that will take 90 days, 180 days, a year, or never. And what I mean by that is you deserve to be where you are at right now. And you also deserve the positive results of your actions, right? The consequences, I should say. That if you eat junk food and you do nothing with your life, you stay at home, feel depressed, you probably deserve it because you're not doing anything productive with your life. I've been in that area as well, where I always wanted something to change my life. I always wanted somebody to hold my hand and pull me out of the dark depths of my house, right? This room to be exact. But nobody did it until I realized like I deserve to be where I was at. And this is such a bitter pill to swallow for some people, as it was for me when I first started, right? I was talking about this with a friend where when you're young, right, like my age, you can realize this, and it's painful. It's definitely painful at whatever age you realize this. But you can bounce back. You can realize, like, yo, I got my whole life ahead of me. I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm going to make a change. But the more you delay this process, the more it seems to build up, right? The difference between me realizing this at 15 and somebody realizing this at 45 would be vastly different. Does this mean that the person at 45 can't change? No. But if you make this progress, like this step, this action step, to just take responsibility, take accountability for where you are in life, it will give you the tools to start making actual change. Think about it. If you deserve it, if you simply deserve your situation, your choices, where you are at in the present moment, that also means you would deserve the good consequences of doing positive actions, of going outside, talking to people, talking to 100 people in 7 days, improving your social skills, doing that every single day, creating a YouTube channel, developing these skills, speaking to a camera to try to help people, right? Writing a novel, being terrible at it, watching content, consuming content to show you how to become a better writer, and applying that to your own work. You deserve where you are. You simply deserve it, right? But you decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And so many people don't care. They don't want to do the difficult thing. Right? Most people, 90% of people don't show up. Look around you. Like, how many people are truly consistent with their goals and dreams? Who truly show up to achieve their potential in their life? I don't know any percentages. I don't know how many people are doing what. But I feel like when I go outside, when I see people, they're just not happy. They're just not striving to be the best person that they can be. And that's not what I want in my life. Maybe that's what you want in yours. Like, if you watch this far in the video, I'm assuming that's not you. I'm assuming you want something greater. I'm assuming you want to achieve your potential within your life. If that's the case, take responsibility, take accountability. Every fear you have, every misguided belief holding you back, right? For example, I'm afraid of speaking to girls. Like, I've improved my social skills. I've gotten better in basically all facets of my life because of speaking to people. But talking to girls, approaching them, and initiating conversation, I still struggle with that. My heart starts beating very, very fast. Is that somebody else's fault? Definitely not. I simply deserve that because what did I do to get to this state in the first place? I watched like 5 years worth of porn when I was younger, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is my fault. I deserve to be where I'm at in the present situation. But if I went up, if I faced that fear, I could topple it and become a better person. Right? It's all in your actions. You determine the route that you will take within your life. So will you make that a good thing or a bad thing? That's up to you. But that's all for this video. Consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. Peace.